At the edge of everything, hold on to anything. I'm going to discuss an indie game that started off as a Kickstarter and actually met its goal in the first day and then quadrupled its amount by the end of the Kickstarter. This game has it all, from memorable characters to themes that you wouldn't normally see in an actual video game to the overall feel and the atmosphere of this game. This game is Night in the Woods, and it was produced by Infinite Fall, and it came out earlier this year. So, Night in the Woods is a story about an anthropomorphic cat named Mae Borowski. She is a recent college dropout and is returning home to Possum Springs to sort of feel safe and secure. We're not really sure what happened as to why she not flunked out. She dropped out of college, and everybody asked, especially her parents and her close friends. But you don't really find that out until the end of the game, and it makes a lot of sense after you learn about Mae's character and the overall themes of the story. The platformer, even though a lot of platformers focus on EXP and gaining levels and all that stuff, not to diss those games, but Night in the Woods takes it in a different approach, where the story remains the same, but the narrative changes depending on what ways you speak to certain characters, because it's all about and it's all focused on dialogue and character interaction as to which way the story can go. Like with her three closest friends, Greg, who rules okay, who is her best friend, his boyfriend Angus, and Bay, the four other main characters of this story, you have the option of hanging out with them, interacting with them, and then also with the side characters, including Mae's parents. This game then morphs and twists the narrative where you can't get through all the dialogue in one playthrough. My first playthrough was about 8 hours long, and I still didn't get through all of it because I was so immersed in different parts of the playthrough and the game that when I had my friend play it, he did it in an entirely different route where he hung out with Greg for almost the entire time while I decided to switch from Greg to B, and it changed the storyline slightly, but the narrative changed, but the story still went from point A to point B, where it has this huge supernatural twist in the middle that isn't actually based off of Twin Peaks. Contrary to popular belief in the fandom, one of the creators, Alec, completely debunked that theory because he never really watched Twin Peaks, so how could he base his game off of that? This game really touched me in a way that a lot of different indie games haven't been able to. The themes that are shown in this story, including relationships, growing up, and mental health, aren't something that I've really seen touched upon in the way that is gracefully done in Night in the Woods. Not only are you trying to discover the mysteries that are going on in the town and the mysterious disappearances, but you're also trying to uncover exactly what's going on in Mae's head. She keeps a journal cataloging a lot of different things that go on in her life, but you don't really understand what's going on in her head until you start getting into her astral projective dreams and into deeper conversations with other characters. I've shed a couple of tears over each playthrough that I've done, and I'm actually probably going to start playing it again, being that it takes place in the fall, and the fall is coming. It's my favorite season. The soundtrack is also amazing. You can play mini games where it's basically like Guitar Hero, where you play with the friends, and it's just overall one of the best games that I've ever really felt engrossed in, with the characters and the story and the narrative. I really suggest giving Night in the Woods a chance.